Hi there YouTube friends, Annie SEO. Welcome back to Auntie A's Kitchen. I've missed you. I'm on vacation now and I'm excited to be bringing you some delicious Christmas recipes over the next coming days. And as you've seen at the thumbnail, we're going to kick off with some delicious chocolate covered peppermint creams. These are so simple to make. In this video today, I'm going to give you lots of different ways that you can make them and some alternate ingredients that you could use. We make these as school children and we love to make these at Christmas time in England to give away as treats and gifts to family and friends. I know you're going to love today's recipe. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. Let's get making. The first thing to do is to separate your egg white. You could use the shells, but I think the easiest way is to use your hands, allowing the egg white to fall between your fingers. Then whisk up your egg white until nice and frothy. If you don't want to use raw egg white, then you can also use condensed milk, and I'll leave a list of all the measurements in the description below. Next, add a few drops of a peppermint extract. It is a very strong flavour and a little will go a long way, so mix well before having a taste to see if you want to add more or not. For those of you who live in Korea, I get this from iherb. You will want to add your powdered sugar or icing sugar as we call it in the UK in stages. So this recipe calls for about 2.5 bags. So I add 1 bag, mix in well, and then I add another bag. Both Home Plus and eMart sell powdered sugar. Please bear in mind though that although there are measurements for this recipe, you'll need to be a little flexible as the amount of powdered sugar that you will need will depend on the size of the egg that you've used. Towards the end of the mixing, you will notice that I've put gloves on as I like to use my hands so that I can feel the texture. You'll know when it's ready as it will still be soft but not sticky. Because I used a large egg today, I'm needing to add a little bit more sugar. So I sprinkle a little bit of sugar onto the board to stop it sticking and add some more. If like me, you need to add some more sugar, make sure to knead it well until it is well combined. Once your fondant has the right consistency, you can go ahead and roll it out, ready to cut into shapes. Dust your board and rolling pin well so that your fondant does not stick to them. I like to make a variety of shapes and sizes when I make my peppermint creams, as I think these look great in the bags when you give them away as gifts. Once you've cut out your shapes, any excess fondant that you have, just bring together and then roll it out again so you can cut out more shapes until it is all used up. For anyone living in Korea, I found these smaller cookie cutters in Home Plus. And if you can't find any or don't have any, then just use a glass or a jar lid, or as I'm doing on one of my final peppermint creams, use freehand and cut out your shape. Christmas is a very special time of year in England as we celebrate Christ's birth. I just love singing all the old carols and spending time with family and of course eating all the traditional Christmas food. I would be interested to know, what is your favourite part of Christmas and what foods do you enjoy eating? With this last bit of fondant, I'm going to show you now how I mould and shape a traditional peppermint cream. Form the fondant into a ball and then gently with the palm of your hand flatten it out and with your fingers round off the edges. Once you've made all of your peppermint creams, set them aside for 2 to 4 hours, ideally overnight so that they can completely dry out, ready for the next stage. You can leave the peppermint creams plain, but the combination of chocolate and mint just goes so well together it's worth doing this extra step. Because your fondant will be very sweet, I recommend using a high percentage of cocoa in your chocolate to balance out the flavour. Today I'm using a 70% chocolate, but you could use any type. Both Home Plus and eMart have a good dark chocolate that I also sometimes use. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. A quick way to temper your chocolate is to place it in the microwave. Break it up into smaller chunks, then microwave for 30-second intervals until it starts to melt. Take it out and stir in between, and as it melts, reduce the time from 15 seconds to 10 seconds and then 5 seconds. And if you have some small pieces of chocolate at the end, allow the heat to finish melting the chocolate. You'll know when you've tempered your chocolate well, as it will not only look glossy, but it will have a snap to it when you break it. You can be as creative as you would like when it comes to coating your peppermint creams in chocolate. You can dip them in, just covering half, or as I am today, covering them completely in chocolate. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have let them dry, they won't break up in the chocolate. I think using 2 forks works really well, as this not only stops you putting fingerprints on the chocolate, but you can use 1 fork to dip the chocolate and the other then to wipe off any excess chocolate underneath. Once you've covered your peppermint creams in chocolate, make sure to place them on some baking paper to dry, and this will also allow them to peel off easily once dry. Towards the end of coating your mint creams, you might notice that your chocolate is starting to cool down and set, as it was here on my forks. If it does, then just stop what you're doing and put the bowl back in the microwave to remelt the chocolate. As well as cutting the peppermint creams into different sizes, I like to use a variety of textures. Some I'll cover completely, some I'll do just a drizzle, and some I'll do a double drizzle using some white chocolate over the top. At the end of the day, just have fun decorating your peppermint creams in any way that you would like. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time together today, so thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed today's recipe for chocolate-covered peppermint creams. Now please have fun making this for family and friends. I'm planning to have the next video out before Christmas, so I look forward to seeing you then. God bless. Chop och hamna där.